After more than 15 years on tour, Rafael Nadal is closer to the end of his career than the beginning, but remains adamant he can still challenge for all four majors in 2019. As injuries plagued him over the last few years, it wouldn't have shocked many if the 17-time Grand Slam champion decided to hang up the racket, and while he says he has plans in place for life post-tennis, he says he isn't considering retiring anytime soon. Even if the 32-year-old says his golf game will benefit greatly from the added free time. Speaking openly after appearing at the Fast Four in Sydney earlier in the week, Nadal gave an insight into what he will do once he eventually decides to step away. More, Ash Barty's ominous message ahead of US Open. Nadal showers praise on Nick Kyrgios. It's not all beaches and beers. I prepared my future. I have a tennis academy. I have a foundation. I have different things around the world I have to take care of in the future, Nadal told Sporting News. I will not be the guy that finished the tennis career and is gonna stay at home fishing and playing golf every day. Of course, I would like to do it more often than what I did in the last 20 years, but I like the work. I like new experiences. I am a worker, so I like to do things. In addition to being one of the greatest tennis players ever, Nadal is a handy golfer and keen fisherman. To the envy of many weekend hackers, he's never had any lessons and rarely hits the driving range. Instead, he plays for relaxation with friends and family, which is still good enough to be approaching a zero handicap. I am solid, more or less. I have nothing unbelievable in my golf game, he said. I more or less have a good short game. I'm solid with a driver. Being honest, I've never taken a lesson. I never go to the range and hit balls. I don't have much time for it. When I have the chance, I like to go and play with family and friends. If I don't play with family and friends, I don't go. Even if it's a tournament, I like to play in teams. We have a teams tournament in Mallorca at my club, and I enjoy going with them, playing the tournament and having lunch. For me, it's a hobby. I'm not crazy about going from 2 to 1.7, I just don't care about the handicap. I just care about having fun. Of course, I'm a competitive guy. When I do it, I try my best, but that's it. I don't go to the range. If I have hours free at home, I don't go to the range by myself. Nadal hasn't played a competitive match since September, when injury ended his 2018 season in the semi-finals of the US Open. Despite being forced out of the Brisbane International with injury, Nadal, who lost an entertaining match to Kyrgios at the Fast Four, says he's pain-free heading into the Australian Open next week. I did not feel the pain here, said the 2009 Australian Open champion. I think it was a good start for me, a good comeback to the action in front of a fantastic crowd here in Sydney. I really enjoyed playing here. I'm happy to be back on court and happy that I'm healthy again. After losing to Kyrgios 4-0, 3-4, 5-3 in the singles, Nadal teamed up with Canada's Milos Raonic in the doubles, eventually beating Kyrgios and John Millman. Asked about Kyrgios' form and potential, Nadal had nothing but praise for the 23-year-old. He's one of the best players in the world, no doubt. He has the passion to play, Nadal told Sporting News of Kyrgios. He's one of the players that is very tough to play against, especially in this format, so it was great to play with him tonight. I enjoyed it. He's able to create special shots and he's very talented. It was a great show. Nadal will enter the 2019 Australian Open as the second seed, behind Novak Djokovic, with Roger Federer, Alexander Zverev and Kevin Anderson rounding out the top 5. After only dropping one set in his first 4 matches of the 2018 Australian Open, Nadal retired while down a break in the 5th set of his quarterfinal against Marin Cilic. The injury kept Nadal from the court for more than 2 months before he returned for Spain's Davis Cup win over Germany in April.